Well, thanks for staying with us on the program this Tuesday morning. It's the 27th day in the month of May 2025, and it is Children's Day. On the program this morning, we're having a commemorative segment with a child in the studio to join me to talk about the essence of the day and, in the words of every child, dreams that they hope to attain when they reach adulthood. Well, on the program this morning, I'm joined by Nicole Otogbo. Nicole, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
That's good to hear. Now, let's talk about Children's Day. It's not your first.
No, it's not.
How many have you had? Have you been keeping count?
Yes.
How many have you had so far?
14.
14?
Yes.
Lovely. Now, for you, is it just any other day, or there's a special feeling about it being Children's Day?
Well, from when I was younger, I was really excited because I used to get a lot of gifts from my parents, and we used to have we didn't used to have classes in school. So yes, that was what it was about for me. But then as I grew older, I realized that the day was set aside to recognize the rights of children all over the world because of the way things are in the world now. Yes, that's what I think.
That's a very beautiful way to put it. Now you're more conscious with the challenges all the children have. You feel you're more privileged in a way in terms of your access to education and knowing that your rights are protected by your parents and caregivers.
Yes.
Now, for children who do not have such access, how do you feel when you see them either on the streets engaging in child labor or having to hawk items?
It really breaks my heart because sometimes when I'm in the car and then a child literally comes and then they stick their face on the window, and I know that there's little to nothing I can do to help them because, okay, you're helping one, but then what about the others out there? So it really breaks my heart to see that there are actually children out there who do not have certain privileges that I do. So whenever my parents provide for me, or I look at certain things that I have access to, and then there are other people that don't have access to it, because I'm really grateful. Yes.
This is very intelligent from you in being aware of your society and hoping for the betterment of other children who are not as privileged as you. Yeah. Let's talk about some of your interests and hobbies. Have they changed over time, much like your awareness about Children's Day?
Relatively. I've always liked music. I love music. Recently, my mom engaged me in baking classes for the summer. So yes, I think I like baking too. I like watching TV. I like reading my Bible. I like reading books too, like fiction. And I like reading about people around the world that have actually made differences.
This is interesting. Do you sing? You like music? Do you also sing?
Yes, I'm not that good, but yes, I could sing along to the lyrics of my favorite songs.
Have you tried learning how to play any instruments?
I can play a violin. Yes.
Unfortunately, I can't play any. So I think you're better than me in that sort. Let's also talk about education for you as a teenager now. I know you're picking certain interests in certain subjects, more like you like fiction. Does this also rub off on your academics? Are you more drawn towards science subjects, or how does it work for you?
I'm more drawn towards science students, towards science subjects. I'm a science student, and I like science because there's just a reason behind everything. Sometimes when we're in physics class and then my physics teacher has explained a concept for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, how did this person sit down to think of this? Because we're always amazed. Or maybe when we carry out some experiments in chemistry, we're like, how exactly did they figure this out? They're able to name all of these things and differentiate and literally just prove a reason as to why everything works the way it works.
So for you, have you found a favorite subject yet?
Yes, I like physics.
You prefer physics to chemistry?
Yes.
So that means you have to be good with your calculations as well?
Yes.
That's interesting to know, especially now that there's a lot of investments on STEM subjects. And have you been in any competitions lately, inter-school competitions?
Yes, I went for the NTA Knowledge Zone Inter-School Quiz, yes, at Innovate Hub on Airport Road. So
I must say I'm sitting with the genius in the studio this morning. Well, it's quite an interesting conversation with Nicole, from her likes to some of the subjects she actually is invested in, from liking music, getting invested in baking over the summer, which her mom enrolled her in. She has picked a favorite subject in physics, which she prefers to chemistry, surprisingly so. She's also been engaged in a number of inter-school competitions, and these days it's with the advocacy to parents to identify your children's interest in life quite early and discover their talents, thereby helping them focus on areas in life that they feel more interested in. Well, on the 2025 special edition of Children's Day would also engage Nicole more on the world outside school. How in touch is she with her culture? Does she know her state of origin? Has she visited her village before? And what are some of the local dishes she likes? Now, Nicole, it's quite interesting nowadays, especially when we find ourselves in the heart of the city, the capital city. We tend to drift away from your culture. I hope you're not guilty of that.
No, I'm not.
So, do you know your local government area?
I'm from Cross River State, Bekwara local government area.
That's interesting. Have you visited there before?
Yes, I visited there a lot of times since I was born, apart from when maybe we traveled abroad. Yes, that's basically the only time that I haven't been to my village, because like every Christmas I visit there.
So how appreciative are you of your culture and your heritage?
I'm particularly proud of the state I come from, because there is a cultural attire that is peculiar to the Efik people, and I am so in love with that attire. Like most of my cultural days, I choose to dress as those people because it's called an onyonyo. Basically, an onyonyo is like the dress that you wear, but I'm not sure of the name of the outfit that the dancers wear. I think it's called Ofod Ukod Awang.
I'm very impressed. I'm tempted to give you a round of applause. Carry on. Let me not disrupt your thoughts.
Yes, I like dressing like those people because there's a lot of colors and it's exciting. Yes.
I must say this is one of the best conversations I've had with a teenager your age in terms of their knowledge of their language and their culture. So kudos to your parents as well. Let's talk about the food as well. In a world where we're drawn towards more continental dishes, do you happen to have a favorite local dish?
Yes, it's called afang soup. There's also fisherman soup. Because Cross River is basically close to the riverine. It's basically
correct.
A riverine area. So yes, we do a lot of fisherman soup. There is also ekpang. That's peculiar to the Efik people. And yes, there's edikai kong too. I haven't tried edikai kong, but I've tried ekpang. My aunt from Calabar made it for me, and it was really nice.
So between ekpang and afang, which do you prefer?
Well, I'm more familiar with afang, so I'll go with afang.
Afang, which swallow do you prefer to it, gari or pounded yam?
Pounded yam.
Correct. This is an African babe. Nicole is really interesting hearing this perspective from you, and I don't want to take away the childhood from you in terms of asking you what you intend to do later on in life, but it also is important that we note our dreams and we can hold ourselves accountable as we dream for the future. In terms of your career and in terms of study, are there some works in life that you're hoping when you progress in education you'll become late in life?
Yes, right now my first pick for a career choice is medicine. I want to become a medical doctor. I'm not really sure about the particular field that I want to go into yet, but yes, I would honestly love to become a medical doctor. Initially, I would have loved to go into engineering because I think it's really, really cool. Like, if there was something that, oh, Nicole, what would you love to become in the future? I would honestly love to be an engineer, but like, I think medicine is what
especially
I'm going
for your love in physics.
Yes.
I see the correlation there. But being drawn towards medicine now, is it drawn towards the quest to want to help sick people or kind of make a groundbreaking discovery, much like you talked about earlier?
I think it's more towards using what people have already invented, because I was going on a walk with my dad, and then we saw this person he said the person is called a freak of nature, like those type of people are called freaks of nature. And I honestly felt bad for the person, because I was like, how exactly does a person live their life and carry out their activities this way? So I was just saying I would honestly love to become a medical doctor so that I would be able to help people like that
who live with some form of disability.
Yes.
That's really interesting. Well, it's a conversation I want to extend, although we have other things lined up on our program, but it's a beautiful way to start the day. How does it make you feel being on television, especially in terms of your self-confidence, your eloquence as well?
I'm really excited. Like when my principal told me about it, I was excited and I felt honored that I was actually picked to be on here. I'm really excited to
So
be
do you
here.
care to give your principal and your school a shout out?
Yes, to my principal and to Africa Community School, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on here. Thank you.
I'm also tempted to just tempt you as well. Do you think that you might want to do something on TV? Despite being a medical doctor, you might just want to have a medical show later in live on television. So once a week, you speak to Nigerians about how to keep their health.
Yes, that would also be nice because I actually take public speaking classes. So I think that would just be a great addition to my career.
I'll keep you honest on that promise. I'll also do well to get in touch with your principal in school as well, so we see how it progresses. There's always an avenue right here on ADB and television for mentorship, tutorship of certain students who have interest in broadcasting and public presentation. So do well to keep that in mind. Nicole, all the best in your studies,
Thank you,
all the
sir.
best in your dreams. My regards to your parents, and keep being African and being a good ambassador of Bekwara in Cross River State.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it's a pleasure starting the day on Children's Day special live on Morning Express.